Hey, YouTubers. The joke's on you tonight. I just watched a 30-minute video on Gopro and all its features, and I'm going to throw some trash at y'all real quick because every once in a while I just want to have some fun. So, since I spent 30 minutes learning about a GoPro, I'm going to try to help y'all figure out everything that you can. If you're a verbal learner, then this will help you. If not, then I don't know. We'll just go through it anyway. All right, so what I learned from this video, it was from a person that is an actual, I don't know, he's in filmography school, whatever you want to call it, but let's just go ahead and dispense with the formalities. If you want to get to the general options on a GoPro, you just swipe down. You have 6 different options: voice control, menu, sounds, quick capture, which powers on and begins video or photo when the shutter button is pressed. That's if you just want to have a quick, easy way to get your video started or your photos when the GoPro is powered down. Then you have screen lock, grid overlay, just shows you leveling abilities. Front screen options, crops the front and back screen. This person recommended the actual screen matches the frame rate of the front and back screen so that you can actually see what's going on either way that you're filming. Orientation lock, don't lock if you flip the GoPro for any reason. So basically that would be for action filming. Disable that first. Video settings, 5K limited to 30 FPS. Less headroom for time lapse. So when you go to do your video editing, in other words, that will stop you or limit your ability to do so. 60 FPS is about half speed. Keep that in mind. 2.7K at 120 FPS is almost quarter speed. That's if you are doing some extreme sports, slaloming, skiing, stuff like that, I would venture to say. 4K at 60 FPS is action. We're not going to talk about lens profile because I didn't do a really good job taking notes there. I just did a grid style thing. But the zoom is digital zoom. You leave it at one time, shoot at 4K or 5K, and use video editing software, not the camera. That was directly from the person's video that I watched. Bitrate increase to high. It causes more space on the memory card and causes you to have to use better software to edit. Shutter speed. Set the shutter speed to 2 times the frame rate. In other words, now we get to do some math. I hope you're good at math. I'm not, but I have notes, so I'll make it easy. If you're at a higher resolution and you want 60 FPS, 120 shutter speed is like 1 to 1/20th of a second. 24 FPS is like 1/48th or 1/50th of a second. I mean, I'm just trying to help y'all out. This is the clip notes that I took, and you don't even need to have them. Now you can just watch this video, and I hope it helps you. Sunlight will overexposure. There's an accessory. You need a neutral density filter lens. It has to be adjustable. Polar Pro is the company that this person recommended for the NDF filter accessory. He talked about exposure compensation. We're talking getting very, very, very in-depth with your YouTube videos. Like, the sky's the limit. However many subscribers you want, you start focusing and targeting in on these type of things from here on out where I'm talking in the video. Exposure compensation, he said to leave that at 0 unless exposure is too low or too high. White balance, just use the auto that's on the GoPro. It's the best thing to do. Sunlight, drag the white balance up a little bit and just experiment. If it looks a little bit dark in the video, turn it up. And then if it looks a little bit light in the video, turn it down, and vice versa. ISO, min-max. Higher means worse footage for low light recording. The lowest number is 100, and that can get too dark, so you probably want to play it by ear until you get really familiar with your GoPro, in other words. Increase the ISO max if the recording looks too dark. Sharpness, set it to low. and just keep it that way, because you're going to edit it in post-production, and whatever video editing things that you use, or apps that you use, you're probably going to have to pay for them. It's going to be a little bit more, whatever. I mean, sacrifice price for quality. That's all I can say. Sharpness, he said, set it to low. He said, edit it in post-production. Color. If you want to be Instagram ready to just throw it up on social media, GoPro Color is best. Flat, if you really want to have control over what you're recording, whether that be photos or videos. It's either way, it's all encompassing. He said reduces the saturation and the contrast. So you're going to have to leave that up to yourself. Raw audio, he kind of told me that you want to, if you have this certain accessory that I'm going to get into in just a second, then you might want to go raw audio. Raw audio, if you're not doing YouTube videos, you don't really need it. But leave the wind filter on auto. That is one thing that he said. Don't try to filter your... Wow. Okay, double entendre. Don't try to filter your wind filter. Good enough, right? Shortcuts. There's 4 buttons on the bottom right and left of the videos that you're shooting. He suggested the first one is the white button. The second one is ISO max. The third one is shutter speed. The fourth one is the lens profile. Linear if you're a YouTuber or you're shooting a YouTube video. Super view and wide, so that you can just go through and have all the options available to you if you switch to action videos. Have resolution shortcuts, 5K at 24 FPS. That's the recommended YouTube recording phase or resolution, I would say. And then have an action camera and a super fast camera. If you do those, remember that you have to equalize your resolution and your frames per second. And we talked about that earlier, so hopefully you can remember, or you can reference this video on the front side to figure that out, just to help you out. Photo. Output, switch to RAW. Best color, best resolution, and you're going to have the most options to help edit videos. HDR stands for high dynamic range. Best looking exported photos, but it does, keep in mind, limit your editing options. Video settings are the most important to expedite publishing versus editing. And that's going to be up to you as the photographer to figure that out through trial and error, just like I'm going to do. But I took 30 minutes of my day to just try to give you some cliff notes on what all it is that these GoPros need for you to unlock the full potential. And hopefully it helps you blow up whatever format or goal or target that you have. But I just saved you some work. So in the link below, I'm going to give all the credit and share the video so that you can look at it yourself, because the only way that you really absorb knowledge is for yourself and through yourself. But I think that that's a completely invaluable resource. I think he's got something like 20,000 subscribers now, and now I'm one of them, and maybe you should look into it too. So if you're just diving into the GoPro, or you want to get to know a little bit more, and you have some uncovered earth or whatever, just it's a helpful video, and I just thought I would share it. And you can subscribe to him, subscribe to me. I'm in this for the long haul, so just so y'all know. Anyway, that's it. Have a good night. I'm gonna take these shades off. We'll see you on the next one. Thanks.